Next, we're going to invite the special address, Mr. V. Mahadesa, sir, Director of Software Technology Parks of India.
Yes, the industry captains and my colleagues and friends here. So good morning to you all. So I think brand building, the message is very clear from Tamil Nadu government that brand building. This morning I was talking about is something needs to be done uniquely. I think marketing and brand building has to happen. With that note, I would like to point out some of the things which government of India as government of Tamil Nadu together has taken up initiatives how actually this IT can be taken to the next level. So far the story is that India has been progressing very well and IT is going to stay. With AI, jobs are not going to be stolen and the jobs are going to be upskilling and reskilling, and everybody will have a major task to do going ahead. So with the secretary mentioned that this government, the intent, the objective is to create a digital economy. How do we harness these technologies, digital platforms to the growth of the nation as well as every individuals. So with that thing, actually many government initiatives have taken up, especially now with the startup thing. So the thing is, the startup initiative have been taken up not from the point of just creating IT software services, but to basically boost this innovation and the culture of innovation and product creation. So with that, Government of India, you must have seen DPIIT actually initiated a Startup India mission. But ramping up this innovation and product creation, STPI also taken up a lot of such initiatives. We must be aware of that Center of Entrepreneurship. We don't call Center of Excellences, we call this as a Center of Entrepreneurship because of the fact that we want the youngsters or those industry experienced team to come ahead and do some product innovation so as to create a wealth for themselves as well as contribute for the wealth for the nation. So many, as I speaking today, there are about 24 center of entrepreneurship have been created. Each one they are actually doing in its own kind of a thing. For example, if you have to talk about, we run 3 center of entrepreneurship COIs in Bangalore, which is about IoT, Industry 4.0 and MedTech. So like in Chennai, we have with the association of MIT and Government of Tamil Nadu, we run COIs that's for FinBlue, with the brand naming of FinBlue for fintech companies. So I'm actually amazed to say that about 61 companies over the period of last 6 years have been nurtured, and take it this one make it a point that there are about at least 10% of those 61 companies will in the coming years going to make a groundbreaking innovations and is going to create a story. So those companies are not from just Chennai alone, but also from the tier 2 cities like Madurai and other parts of Tamil Nadu. So because of the fact that this Madurai is having a very important role to create in terms of high skill employees as well as high skilled talent pool to take up this IT to the next destination, and SIDA, which has been playing an important role in making sure that this industry should come forward, check out those issues and check out those kind of problems and come out with a commonality with the support of government of Tamil Nadu as well as government of India and the local bodies. How do we basically address those kind of things? I think the role being played by SIDA is phenomenal. And this is not, SIDA should not be meant for SIDA for Madurai, it should be for Tamil Nadu and for Pan India and tier 2, especially as far as the tier 2, tier 3 towns are considered. So as you know that today the IT industry in Tamil Nadu is making phenomenal exports to the size of $10 billion as compared to the national figures, which is about $110 billion exports last year. Hoping that Tamil Nadu units in Tamil Nadu, which I think expected to grow up to the rate of 6 to 7%, likely to be about 85,000 crores this year, with the employment base about 4 lakh employments. So startup ecosystem, as Mr. Suresh mentioned about, I think Tamil Nadu is actually very progressive in Tamil Nadu startup ecosystem, which is a phenomenal number. So as per DPIIT, actually is about 1.41 lakh. This one startups have been registered. Tamil Nadu alone is about some 10,000 plus, right? So what it gives an indication that the ecosystem is bright from the government policy and policies, and also the supporting ecosystem, not from the point of just seed funding, but also bringing industry veterans part of the journey in terms of providing technology and business mentoring to enable this kind of a startup segment to take a big leap in terms of creating the wealth. In terms of why I'm stressing up the point of wealth is because every company would expect to be profitable. At the same time, actually, when they're profitable, they give good amount of a kind of a packages to the employees which they engage to work with their journey success journeys. So therefore, this profitability and as well as the wealth creation is important for sustainability. So while product creation and the IP filing, patent filing takes a big leap, making India and also the states as a very important destination globally for the IT. The innovation is coming up with the AI is going to take very important step, because today I think AI is going to be taking a big step, big leap in making this kind of a disruptions around. Yeah, so it is no more a kind of a hallucination. It's going to be like a reality, and we are being seeing this kind of a things even in day-to-day lives. So the fintech story, which I talked about, which out of these 61 companies, I think 2 have been already been granted. The valuation put together about 40 companies plus, because which are active out of 61 is about 1,500 crores, which is in Chennai. As far as this ESDM segment is concerned, so which is government is also boosting up a lot of electronics manufacturing. So you must have heard about the policy called EMC Clustering 2.0, where STPI has been the PIA, Project Implementation Agency. I am glad to say that the 2 units have been approved, which is sub-SIPCOT units as a main anchor unit for setting up of those clusters. Each one have about 250 acres of land, and the government of India is incentivizing these 2 units with a fund size about 500 crores, more than 500 crores. So we also in the Center of Excellences, it's not only blockchain or cyber security, but also we are giving impetus to the product creation in the electronics manufacturing. 2 such examples. One is ESDM domain, which is in Bangalore, which is Smart Lab, and the second one is in Delhi, that's Electropina Park, which together actually supported about 100 plus startups today. And with the program, not only Center of Excellences, but also we have a program called Sayuj. So I think we must. I would request to visit. Sayuj is a platform where we wanted to bring all these investors, startups, as well as this mentors as a pool of that one. So any startup would like to understand what are the kind of policies which the government is providing for them to take to the next level. I just have to go to the this one portal and send puts few parameters with which you'll discover complete kind of a segment of that one. So Sayuj is a AI driven platform which gives a complete insight about what government initiatives are, not only from this one but for the pan India level. So as I speak, about 3,000 startups have already been registered today, and it's going to gain a lot of momentum in the years to come. So with this CO stories, STPI to enable this kind of ecosystem in terms of product building and also take this IT to the next level. We have been rolled out a called infrastructure also. It takes an important role in making this software development, maybe DevSecOps operations, or you have to host some of our data which is from the point of data resiliency point of view, data protection, data privacy point of view. So we have actually launched infrastructure called Anatha Cloud, which is a hyperscale kind of a cloud where we are actually inviting industries and also government and academia come together and make use of this facility, which is right in Chennai. And also this, as a part of clustering, we also created one more segment which is in Bhubaneswar. Both of them actually interlink the high speed, this one OFCs. So we'll have a seamless kind of connectivities between that, and it's a point of resilience. It's a zero from the point of zero kind of a downtime tolerance. This kind of a setup have been set up. And apart from this cloud, we also have a data centers pan India, which we enabled any companies or any industry to make use of the infrastructure. As I speak, some of the major government clients like Passport Seva Kendra, certain they have been using this infrastructure for many years. I would actually request that if industry would like to make use of that, kindly approach us in Chennai. We are happy to basically support you in your growth story. So having said that, as you know that data has been the next aisle, and India has been contributing about 20% of the global data usage. But it is actually difficult to say that we have only about a few data centers in India, and data center infrastructure market is also vibrant in India, which is I think in western part US alone is about 5,000 data centers, whereas in India about 153 data centers, which is unlikely to fulfill the requirement. But this is the need of the hour for industry to focus not only from the point of building kind of a product and technology, but also building infrastructure is also a very important thing. So alongside this, skill building is an important role again. So needless to say, skill building has to happen. I think collaboration, co-creation in the skill building. So for example, architect, database architect, or a full stack developer, so with the architecting kind of a experience, so you should not be rather working for that company. I would actually those architects have to come together, pool of architects come together and dispense that kind of a knowledge and experiences, train those employees actually employed by other companies. I think this is what is the momentum need to be created for the basically harnessing this kind of a nuances at the same time to leverage these potentials of the other companies. So I think is a collaborative ways of working, and bringing this talent together in skill building is a need of the hour. This one for everybody. And with the DPDP Act is going to be rolled out, privacy is an important role. I think needless to say, every company and every data fiduciary is playing an important role in ensuring his product is going to be complying to ensure citizens or individuals' personal data is protected. Madurai is having a potential, and so I am sure that with the STPI support, we are happy to support in all the dimensions of the growth of the Madurai. Not only Madurai, but also other tier 3 or 2 or tier 3 towns of Tamil Nadu as a whole, from Chennai office. So we are glad to support in the growth story of Madurai. I think success stories need to be created with a brand building of Madurai. With this note, I would thank SIDA for inviting me to address this. This is the first addressing in the Madurai, and thankful to that. Hope to see some very good momentum in the days to come. Thank you all.
Sir. And real thank you so much for your great speech, sir, and giving a lot of informative things giving for us today. And thanks for joining us today, sir.